Hey fellow comrades, how you guys been doing? It's your boys here, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about a particular Mega Evolution that I just heard not too long ago. Actually, it was pretty much today that we got the news reviewed of Mega Pidgeot standing its ground, as well as Mega Beedrill. You know, you guys haven't seen me do much videos regarding the Megas, if any, outside of this one, being Mega Eclairattack, but I really wanted to talk about Mega Pidgeot because this one, basically holds a special place in me as a gamer, because this basically pretty much screams out Kanto, and giving a Mega to such Pokemon, it's like giving a Mega to the actual starters. The reason I'm saying this is because once you got them starters in the red-blue, the first encounter you got in the first areas were either a Pidgey or a Eclairattack. I believe there was nothing else in the first areas. I could be mistaken, it's been a while, or maybe there was a Caterpie, but can't really say for certain. I know Pidgey was there with high encounter rating and whatnot, and it stands out because Pidgey is one of them cursed pokes. When I say cursed, I mean it in a good way. For some reason, every time I was playing these games, I always enjoyed having myself a Pidgey turn into Pidgeot eventually and just level it up. I don't know why. I knew its full stats, I know fully well what they're all about, yet for some reason I always keep on going with them. Like things like Pidgeot, Firo, it really holds its grounds for me. So to see Mega Pidgeot get a Mega Evolution like this really gives me driving for things like Mega Firo to once, hold its place in glory up in the skies, up there with Ho and the likes, as well as Pidgeot with his Super Saiyan here. But basically what I wanted to address is him having No Guard, and how people have been a little bit concerned about, well, Stone Edge is not gonna miss against him, that's for certain, but honestly it's like Pidgeot has Hurricane, ladies and gentlemen. That's 70%. You guys know how Hurricane works. That's like focus miss right there, and I just want to say that's an increase that I really want to see ability wise, as well as not to mention that he also has like Heat Wave that's got 10% to miss, and it can even miss, generally speaking, it's actually surprising misses for me a lot. That's why I don't really run it, even with the additional a little bit more power to it when comparing to Flamethrower on the things that do learn them both. As well as, if I'm not mistaken, he's got Air Slash, another move that can potentially miss. I believe its accuracy is up there with Tackle, but it can generally miss. And as well as, things like, well, basically his move pool is heavily limited, but what I really love is when I've seen that he will gain a special attack increase, which really does give you knowing they were all about Hurricane at this point. They were all about spamming Hurricane with No Guard and pretty much go from there. Honestly, I kind of feel a little bit let down by the fact that Pidgeot never really learned Focus Blast. I've seen some flying types, not many flying types get Focus Blast, like things like Charizard get it. I don't really know for certain what really restricts them from getting it, like Noivern gets it. What is the reason he doesn't get it? Maybe normal flying, maybe that generally restricts it down, but generally speaking, if he got that, would have been incredible. For even the likes of Steel types would have not come in. So we're probably going to be restricting up to running like Hidden Power to cover as much ground as possible with such sets. Now, I do need to say that Pidgeot also gaining in the new generation, also gaining that 10 base more speed to outspeed the likes of 100 base Pokemon, the likes of dragons and whatnot. That was an incredible increase, especially now that we have seen that he will get a Mega Evolution, means that 10 base is gonna be huge. That speed base is huge, and I don't know how much special attack will he increase. I cannot really talk about stats, like people make speculation, people already making competitive like on some Mega Evolutions back and before. I've seen people pretty much talking competitive wise, but honestly you cannot really say because you haven't seen its stats in general. So how can you know how usable something will be when you don't even know the general stats at the end of the day? Still, I look at this and I'm happy. I'm really happy and excited to use this Pokemon overall. I've seen Mega Beedrill gain heavy increase in speed and attack, but honestly I don't feel too much for Beedrill. It's like, it's just that it's a bug type, and for me personally, bug types are not the thing that I'm too fan of. The bug types that do stand out for some reason are Scyther and Leedian. Back in the second generation, Leedian was actually one of the Pokemon that I was actually having in my story mode. Don't ask me how I was dishing out damage, because that Pokemon's attack is non-existing, but I was still dishing out damage, at least enough damage, and taking stuff downtown to Chinatown and back, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, it's Lydian and Scyther really stands out. And speaking of standing out, I guess Heracross does stand out as well. But the funny part about Gold Silver days back in the days is that Heracross and basically Scizor never really got shown in the NPC world, never really got shown in the story mode if you haven't played your friends. And none of my friends, when we were link cable battling, had a Scizor, so we didn't even know about Scizor's existence back in the days until the later games came out, and I've seen Scizor for the very first time. I was blown away. So Scizor, I guess that's the reason it doesn't really stand out as much as Scyther. While I do like its design, I still feel I can't just like the more general buck looking approach that Scyther does possess. While I'm not a big fan of, you know, of bugs in general, I feel like Lydian and Scyther, there's just some really weird spark about them that really do make me like them. While, you know, I don't really go too much into bugs like Volcarona, not really into that. You guys have probably not even seen me use Volcarona, but yeah, that's my little feign. Bug types, and pretty much just going generally out of this topic of Mega Evolutions, but Pidgey standing out, you know, that first encounter, I believe even Gold Silver days, it was your first encounter if I'm not mistaken, that was Hoot, Pidgey, Rattata, again, you know, gotta have that Rattata, maybe even no, Caterpie was a little bit later on, still, you know, looking forward to this guy, this girl, you know, it's just gonna be generally destroying lives, and I look forward to using this. Hope you guys are looking forward to it as well, and that's pretty much all I had to say about this Pokemon, yeah. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you much for watching, and until next time, take care, peace.